Are you lonely and looking for a partner, or are you lonely and looking for a release? Now, before you answer that question, I want you to think about this. It feels so good to have somebody to hold on to. It feels even better when that person helps you get a release. Now, the reason why I'm asking you guys this question is because this is today's topic, and I have a clip for you guys from Tia Mowry because it's going viral, right? She's doing a great job selling this show, and I'm not mad at her, but I will say there are some things we can learn. So let's get into this clip. Wait, before we do that, let me introduce myself. My name is Bertrand. I am the coolest dude on the planet, and I'm your friend. Confidence and clarity is the goal for my channel. So here we go. Also make sure you comment, like, subscribe, and share this video. Here we go.
Yes, they say that self-love and spending time with yourself and all of that is important, but what is wrong with me saying I want a partner? Like, I just want
Absolutely nothing. There is nothing wrong with it, except this woman had it. But let's continue.
someone to
Nothing, absolutely nothing.
You're fighting back tears?
Yes.
Let it go.
I think I'm just saying I just want someone to hold. And someone told me and to hug me, and what's wrong with wanting that?
Nothing
nothing
at
wrong
all.
with that
You're
at all.
lonely. You're lonely.
I just feel like I have this beautiful house. I have a beautiful career. I have amazing kids. But the one thing that I don't have is love. And that's the one thing that I want more than anything.
Yes, there's a graduation. There's a celebration.
There are times when I'm like, wow, like last year was pretty tough. But this year, it's good that we stuck, to it, or we continued to be there for one another, or had patience with one another and worked out whatever issues or difficulties that we were having.
There's a graduation. There's a celebration.
I know what you guys are thinking, right? This is what happens when women get to drinking wine. Yes, it is. As an experienced man, I can tell you guys, when I see women drink wine, I notice rapid change of emotions. She went from talking with a smile on her face to crying, right? She had the fake tears. They were starting to fall. Now, here's the thing about Tia Mowry. She was an actress. I'm gonna just say she is an actress. And me, I did my best in the acting business, didn't make it. But what I can say is I did not have the tear. The tear is the hardest thing to get. Now, when I say it's the hardest thing to get, it's not hard for everybody, but it was hard for me because you have to get it on command, right? You have to get it on command. And it looks like she has it on command. Now, she was asking, what's wrong? What's wrong with me wanting a partner? And everybody agrees. Nothing is wrong with you wanting to have a partner. In fact, the majority of men want women to have a partner. The problem always comes in when men realize that you can't satisfy a woman. She's unsatisfiable. The older she gets, the harder it becomes to satisfy her because her tastes change. She changes, right? And not only does she change, you still have to deal with her period every month. Now, for the experienced men out there, you're going to agree with this. When a woman gets to drinking wine, they become depressed. Now, I hear women say, oh, I don't become depressed. I'm actually chill. I actually, I get to vibe out and just relax. I get to relax. And I'm like, nah, nope. I mean, you know what? Maybe you do relax. Maybe you do chill. Maybe this does make you feel better. But this is also what it comes with, right? The depression part of it, the tears or the wanting to cry. Now, let's just really talk about the elephant in the room. This woman destroyed her family. She single-handedly burned it to the ground. So again, I'm asking ladies, is it fair that she jumps in front of you for another husband? Now, I can tell you, once you're no longer a virgin, having somebody you can hold is kind of important, right? Like, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, cool. You would love, as men, we would love to be able to just roll over and just get it in real quick. When you get used to having a woman laying next to you where you can just roll over and grab a breast, or, you know what I'm saying, put your hand in between her cheeks, or, you know, whatever fetish you have. I'm sorry, not a fetish, but whatever, you know, however you show affection, you can actually do. It happens usually in the bedroom, usually in the beginning of the relationship before the children, because once a woman has children, oh my gosh, not only are you dealing with postpartum, but that woman changes towards you. Her emotions, her thoughts, everything, even the sweetness that this woman has, it has all gone completely out the window. I literally just did a video on a woman who was telling us about all of her accomplishments, everything that she has, everything that she can do for herself. We literally just saw that. So I have a question. Does she think that her house, her children, and her career, like, does she think that that just makes men hard and horny and just want to just lay her down? Does she think that this is something, that this is a good selling point for men? Does she think that men are just turned on by a woman who has her own house and her own children? Does she think that that's what men think? Ladies, men are territorial. Right? When you have a woman, you want that woman to have your children. This woman had that. She destroyed it on her own. The messed up part about all of this is the women that are not telling her the truth. When it came to the most beautiful women that we seen on the screen, TV or film, or even commercials, music videos, the name that I never heard men say, no disrespect to her, is Tia Mowry. Okay, there are plenty of other names that I hear on a constant basis. For me, it was Stacey Dash, Megan Good, cannot forget Halle Berry. Oh my God. On top of that, Vivica Fox, when she was younger. Today, the attitude and that nasty attitude is still there, but the attractiveness is gone. Like, it is completely gone. Now, we could even talk about even the modern day, where we can have an argument about Lori Harvey and Bernice, right? Like, it constantly changes. But again, what I don't hear, Tia Mowry is the woman that a guy wants, right? Like, I just haven't heard it. So when she wanted to get back out here on her happiness over everything phase, right? What that showed me, or what that told me, is that this woman left her marriage for the streets. She heard how fun the streets are. I decided to look at the comments, and in the comments there was plenty of things that I disagree with, but I'm going to share a few things. There was a woman who brought this up, and this is a good question. How do you know that she had that? How do you know that she actually was happy in her marriage?
We continued to be there for one another, or had patience with one another, and worked out whatever issues or difficulties that we were having.
And all of the men are saying pretty much the same thing. She had it. It was there. The guy is still not bashing her, and he definitely can. And the entire world would actually probably agree with him, because he wasn't caught cheating. There is no DV, right? Like what was the abuse that she was being put through that was so bad that she had to destroy her family? Then there was another woman who was like, well, you know, you can be married and feel so lonely. You can be the loneliest person in the world in your own marriage. And I'm like, you know, as a married man, I can kind of sort of agree with that. But the messed up part about this is women do not realize that this is something they constantly do on a constant basis. This is why men came up with sayings like, hey, it's cheaper to keep her. Well, it ain't no more, because what happens is she gonna leave your ass, and she leaving your ass for the streets. Now, when it comes to being lonely in your marriage, usually that's the man, right? Because once she has children, everybody takes mama's side. Everybody's on mama's side because daddy is more of an authoritarian, right? He's more of a disciplinarian. He's more, or he should be, maybe I'm just speaking for myself, but he should be the person that's making sure that everything is intact, that everything is stable, that everything is functional. All right, and then the third group of comments that I saw was that she deserves love. Once again, she had it. How do you know she had it? Because this man is not coming out and bashing her. There's not a lot of men that are going to line up for her because she's not very high on the desired list, right? Think about it. Her body is okay, right? Her face is okay. But now in today's day where women are getting everything filled up, right? Like, I mean, unless she goes and gets a BBL and starts to do all these injections, unless this woman decides that she's going to go and get a BBL, I don't think she's going to be high on anyone's desired list, just for the simple fact that we all look at her and we all have the same perception, which is she destroyed her family. She did this on her own just to be out in the streets. Now, the reason why I am responding to this or reacting to this is because this is something that I see a lot of women go through, and I also see men go through this. Now, when we as men go through this, we experience the damage and the trauma that comes with it. Now we have to recover, and the things that we hear, oh, get over it, you're a man, leave her alone, just pay it, right? So when we hear that, it's even more heartbreaking, because it's like, why do I gotta get over it? I thought this was forever, right? Like, we're so bonded to the words that it hurts us to actually break that word. Now, again, I'm talking about the honorable, respectful men. Of course, there are plenty of men out there that's out here dogging women out, but guess where they are? In the streets, where women are telling other women, hey, you should join us, you should come back out to the streets with us. This is where those men are. So it makes it even harder for you to see and determine what's going on, especially when you don't have people in your corner telling you what's going on. What we can learn from this is something that you will experience. If you get into a marriage, or if you get into a committed relationship, you will experience this. At some point in time, it's going to be your fault. As the man, it's going to be your fault, and you're gonna have to deal with it. Now, while you're dealing with it, you don't know what the outcome is gonna be. You don't know if that woman is gonna stick by your side, or if this woman is going to use all that time that you were vulnerable, all of those secrets that you told this woman. You don't know how she's going to exploit it. You don't know how she's going to put it out in front of the public. You just don't know until it happens. This is the reason I created this channel. I want men to get your confidence back. I want women to get their confidence back as well, but I'm speaking from the man's perspective. So again, I'm looking at confidence and clarity, being able to see what's actually going on, being able to make a decision on what you want to do, how you want to live, and then actually following through with that, right? Because life is hard, right? What we are noticing, what we're seeing, what we're living in is women being sexually free. This is why we have to adapt to what's going on, because the rules have changed. Women are not bonded to words. And I mean, they're not bonded to it in their minds, in their hearts. They're not bonded to words, period. They'll actually change the meaning of words. Men, we to be honored, to be respected by other men, we look at each other and say, can I believe what you're saying? Even men understand not every single man is trustworthy. Not every single man has the same set of morals that he has. This is why we look at men and say, okay, well, let me see if you're actually walking what you talking. Are you talking what you walking? Are you doing what you say you're doing? That's why I say work on your mind, your body, your finances. Exercise, meditate, read, and invest. This is how you improve your life. This is how you gain access to different parts of life or experiences. Now, This is important, especially when you start looking at how women treat other women. They sympathize with them. They hardly ever tell them the truth. So it's hard for them to adapt. But I have a question for you. What do you think? Comment under this video. Remember, when you are watching these videos, you are becoming the best version of yourself. Now that this video is done, do me a huge favor. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with anybody you think this would help. Other than that, I will see you on the next one. Peace.